Hey, it's me, Yugioh, with my first deck video. This is Machina Geartown, and here it is. Got 3 Machina Fortress. It's pretty much the boss monster of this deck. And he's searched out with Machina Gearframe, you probably already know. Got 3 of those. Next, Machina Peacekeeper. Lots of people say, or lots of people don't even run Peacekeeper, but I think it's a pretty good addition to the deck in case you can't get a Gearframe or Fortress your first hand. Just set him and have your opponent kill him, and you search out a Union monster. Or, send them to the graveyard yourself. Next card is Machina Force. He's pretty much just tribute fodder for Fortress. not really, never gonna summon him, but he's pretty good for tribute fodder. Next up, I got 3 Ancient Gear Gadjiltron dragons. You'll see why I have 3 in a little bit. I mean, it's a Geartown deck, so. Next, got 2 green, 2 red, and 2 yellow gadgets. It's the engine of the deck. I mostly just use them for Machina Fortress, just for tribute. Next I got 1 scrap recycler. Pretty much all it does is I usually just dump Fortress into the graveyard with him, and that way it speeds up the game a little bit if I can't get him or Gearframe or Peacekeeper somehow on my first turn. I usually can. This deck is actually really consistent. The next card I have is I kind of just put it in there for fun. I bought the 3D Bonds Beyond Time or whatever, and so I decided to see how Malefic Cyber and Dragon runs. I haven't really tested against anybody yet, but if it doesn't work, I'll take it out. Next, I have 3 Geartowns. I set Geartown, and it works for Malefic Cyber and Dragon. If your opponent wants to get rid of Geartown with Malefic Cyber and Dragon on the field, then they have to, get rid of Geartown, Malefic Cyber and Dragon, is destroyed, but you can special summon Ancient Gear Gadjiltron Dragon from your graveyard, hand, or deck. So that's pretty good. Or you can just put Geartown on the field and then set another field spell, and get it that way. Next I have Gaia Power. It pretty much powers up all my monsters up in this deck, except for Malefic Cyber and Dragon, but it also works. It's another field spell that you can draw and then put on the field for Geartown's effect. Terraforming is actually has really gotten me. That's what makes the deck really consistent with the Geartowns. Because if I have one but no other field spells, but I have Terraforming, or if I have Gaia Power but no Geartown, it's Terraforming. Next I have 2 MSTs, staple pretty much. Giant Trunade, 1 Book of Moon since I put it down to 1. Pot of Avarice. It really, it helps. Because this deck really pretty much it really mills itself really fast. Also, it's you draw 2, I think. I could be wrong. I think it's 2 after you put the monsters back, and so it helps you out a little bit. Next is Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and Limited Removal. Limited Removal, you know, as you probably know, really helps for an OTK with this deck. I got 2 Sakuretsu Armor. You know, I really don't use them very much. But they're there. 1 Compulsory Evacuation device. Magical hats. That way, if I have, like, let's say I have Scrap Recycler on the field, I activate magical hats and I get 2 Geartowns, and either way I get 2 free Gadjiltron dragons to the field after the opponent's battle phase, so I mean, it's pretty good. I got 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Magic Cylinder, and 1 Machina Force. I mean, overall this deck is pretty consistent. It's I mean, yeah, it's probably one of my favorite cards right here. It's broken as heck. If I mean, if it's destroyed by battle, I can destroy one of my opponent's monsters or cards, or monsters or cards, I don't know. You know, and so sometimes if my opponent has a stronger monster than this, I pretty much just run it into it, kill this by battle, and then destroy his monster, and then I have plenty other machines to bring them back onto the field. So yeah, this deck is pretty consistent. I really like this deck. I mean, a couple months ago I really wanted to change it up, but I couldn't find anything as consistent or as good as this deck. So yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, you know. Definitely comment, tell me what you think. I've been wanting to make a deck video forever. Yeah, thanks for your time.